Turning to the economy, Korea's current account surplus grew in February compared to the year before, thanks to a bigger surplus in the nation's goods account. But despite the ongoing recovery in exports, weak domestic consumption is casting some doubt on how long it'll go on. Kim Min-ji reports.
Korea's current account surplus widened in February from a year ago. According to preliminary data from the Bank of Korea, the country logged a surplus of $8.4 billion in February, compared to a surplus of $7.6 billion last year. That's the highest figure in 3 months and extends the surplus streak for a 60th straight month. The rise was attributed to a strong goods account surplus, which came to a 5-month high of over $10.5 billion. At the same time, however, the services account deficit widened to over $2.2 billion, largely driven by a rise in overseas trips. As for the overall trade figures, exports rose 23% on-year to $44.6 billion, while imports rose 20% to $34 billion. Export growth in February was the highest in over 5 years, thanks to a pickup in global oil prices and a strong chip market. Outbound shipments have been on an upward trend since last November, putting an end to nearly 2 years of decline. But there are lingering concerns that the trend could be short-lived.
Although the chances aren't that high, Korea may be listed as a currency manipulator by the US. Even if it isn't, but China is, it will deal a blow to the country's exports, which are sent via China. On top of that, China's THAAD retaliation is also taking a hit on Korea's consumer products. And if it spreads to intermediate goods, it may have a negative impact on trade numbers.
A prolonged slump in domestic consumption is also a concern for the country. To fire up demand, Korea's top central banker says job creation is key. Speaking at a meeting with economic experts in Seoul on Wednesday, Governor Lee Ju-yeol said the first task is to bring about a recovery in consumption, using policies such as job creation to raise incomes. Monthly average household spending came to just under $3,000 in 2016, down 0.4% in real terms from a year ago. Saying that the service sector has the capacity to create twice as many jobs as the manufacturing sector, he also expressed the need to get rid of excessive red tape, hindering job growth in the industry. Kim Min-ji, Arirang News.